amazing one-act plays this evening, and I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because the students have created programs for you to take a look at, but all three of these plays were written in the grade 11 playwriting class last year, and the student with myself as the teacher. We offer playwriting at grade 11 and 12 next year now, so they have been working on them for many months. Student directed, student teched, student acted, student produced. It's truly an amazing showcase of their exceptional talent, and I'm very, very proud of all of them. Last night they were adjudicated, and one of these plays will be selected to represent us at what was formerly known as the Sears Drama Festival, which is now known as the National Theatre Festival. And that will be happening March 2nd at Lawrence Park Collegiate. So I encourage you to come see the show that moves on and how it's been developed even further after its initial showcase here at Northern. I'd like to take a moment to let you know that the intermissions are going to be 5 minutes. And if the students manage to do the set change in faster than 5 minutes, then we will go when they are ready. So there is a ladies' washroom on the second floor and a men's on the first, but it will be quite a physical workout to get there and back in 5 minutes' time. And also, I'd like to take this opportunity to please ask you to turn off all blackberries, blueberries, and anything that goes deep in the dark. Actors, break a leg.
Sat through a night in the city?
Just sat somewhere and watched the world go by.
Something about the city fascinates me.
Something that makes me want to stay.
I've witnessed drunken breakups that I know will either be forgotten or dismissed the next day. Tourists led astray and people die, both inside and out.
But there's nothing like watching the city lights change. Sitting under the stars and letting the air wash over you.
I can't do this anymore, Ev.
Cassian, it's not like we have a choice.
What about
Ryan? He's gone. They took him. And if we don't leave right now, they'll get us too.
Aren't you tired?
Not enough to be taken in.
What about Will, Charlotte, Nat? We can't just leave them.
They'll meet us at the camp.
I hope you're right, Ev. For God's sakes, I hope you're right.
It's nice to meet you, Ryan. I've been assigned to you as your social worker. You can call me John.
Look, I don't care who you are. I just need to not be here.
Unfortunately, that's not your choice to make. You have to be here for this. This meeting. While you can't be convicted for theft, as you haven't confessed, they do have you on destruction of property. This means you have to meet with me for the next 2 months and do 20 hours of community service.
My friends need me.
Nat? Nat?
Cass? Where's Ryan?
They took him. I'm sorry.
That stubborn idiot!
Is Will or Charlotte with you?
No, we split up.
They'll get here. Cassian, they'll get here soon. When they do, we'll make a plan to bring Ryan.
What did you get? And the rest of it?
Charlotte and Will had most of it. We didn't have time to take it all.
If they find us, we're dead.
That's what you said 2 nights ago.
And they obviously haven't found us
We
yet.
just robbed a jewelry store, Ev!
Mike said with the money he would let us get out of his lines without a fight. Didn't he, Ev?
If we get the rest of the money, Mike might let us back out.
It's a big if.
If we don't get 5,000, we can let go of any hopes and dreams we have of a future.
So much can change in one night.
The people, the movements, the sounds.
Nothing really changes.
So, Ryan, how did all this happen?
And what do you mean?
How'd you get to being in this situation?
It doesn't matter.
It matters, Ryan.
Because this is your job.
I'm here to help you get your life back on track.
I'm doing fine in my life.
Are you in school? Do you have a job?
Nope and nope.
Ryan.
It's complicated.
Cassian! Cassian, not Ev!
Charlotte, Will, what the hell happened?
Mike happened.
He gave us 3 days.
Yeah, well, 3 days not crossing his borders.
You went to the park? Why would you do that?
We didn't have a choice. They would have gotten
But
us.
the park! Are you insane? Last time we went through the park.
We almost died, I know.
Then why did you?
They took Ryan! For God's sakes, they took Ryan! There was no other escape route.
And we'll get him back. Charlotte, go warm up by the fire. We need to get this bullet out of Will's arm.
Look, I don't want you going to Mike alone once we get the money. It's just too dangerous.
Mike's the leader of a gang. I've dealt with people like him before. I've dealt with him before.
Fine, but I'm going with you.
Can I make a phone call?
5 minutes, okay?
I don't think Ryan can actually be convicted of anything. He didn't take any of the money, and he didn't have the gun on
Oh,
him.
thank goodness I didn't get me.
Shut up, Ev. Ryan's missing and you're making
Enough,
jokes.
Charlotte! Maybe you should get some air right now if all you want to do is fight.
I'm not a child!
And don't act like one.
Cass, don't treat her like a little kid. You know she hates that.
Will, are you okay?
I think so. I mean, we don't have time to worry about me, though. What's her plan, Cass?
I think it depends on what Ryan does next.
Hello?
Charlotte, oh God, Charlotte, thank goodness.
Ryan? Are you okay? How are you calling me?
Did you sort everything out?
It doesn't matter.
It matters, Ryan.
Look, I need to call someone else.
You can wait until after this meeting.
I need to?
Think of this as time for you to collect your thoughts.
How long is this thing gonna last?
Don't worry about that. Just talk to me.
You don't know me.
I'd like to.
Would you?
So, who are you living with now? Your mom? Dad?
Some friends.
The same friends that
Are you gonna finish that sentence?
that you robbed the jewelry store with?
And that's implying that
You don't have to worry about that legal stuff with me, Ryan. I'm here to help you.
Okay, fine. You're here to help me. Can I have 20 bucks and a Metro card?
You're a smart kid, Ryan.
First thing you need to know about me is I don't like being told BS.
It's not BS.
But fine, yes. To answer your question, those friends,
Tell me about them.
they're good people.
I never implied they weren't.
Look, we're just trying to live our lives. Survive like everyone else.
Surviving shouldn't be the most important thing for you.
Survival is everything, isn't it? If we didn't need it, we wouldn't eat or breathe or flinch away from fire. You just survive in a different way than I do.
So you live on the streets?
I survive on the streets.
Do you have any contact with your parents?
Parent. And no.
When was the last time you contacted them?
Maybe 2 years ago?
And that was your...
Dad.
Hey, Ev, are you okay?
Yeah. How do we leave Ryan behind? With them.
There's nothing we could have done to stop it.
I know.
Do you remember about a month after we first met?
Not now, Cass.
We snuck up onto that super fancy hotel roof downtown. You kept complaining how I wasn't inconspicuous enough and I was slow at picking locks and how you hated
I
surprises.
still do.
But it was worth it, right?
How about that time you tried to bargain for a frozen chicken at Metro? Cashier got so tired of you that he just let you have it for free.
Always the frozen chicken with you.
The best part was that you didn't even know how to cook it. We were just stuck with it.
We had a connection.
I thought it was just Evan Cass against the world.
It still is.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen you fight for something so passionately before.
Yeah. And I'll fight for Ryan, too.
You should try harder then.
Ev, don't do this. Don't push me away.
Enough, Cass.
I love the different sounds. Bells, horns, music from Bach to Drake. Every combination is a symphony of its own. Hey, look, he's finally awake. It's about time. I was honestly starting to think you were dead over there.
Well, you know how I am when I don't get my beauty sleep.
Oh yeah, you're more irritable than usual. Is your arm feeling any better?
No, it hurts like hell.
Well, at least you know that bullet didn't affect your ability to be dramatic.
Shut up. You try being shot in the arm and then we'll see who's really dramatic.
Yeah, pretty sure it would still be you. At least it's sterile, though.
Yeah, I mean, Ev definitely worked her magic on me. Her bedside manner is particularly impeccable.
Really?
Oh yeah, having her constantly yelling at me to shut up and stop being a dick. I mean, it's probably the only thing keeping me alive until now.
Well, at least she's trying. Thought of Brian's the only thing keeping me going. You know, your heart is red today.
You haven't told me that in a while.
I feel like I haven't talked to you in a while. What happened to us?
I don't know. I guess things just got really busy. I mean, especially for you.
You mean with me and Ryan?
Well, you guys were alone a lot.
You always seem so awkward when you're with us.
Wouldn't anyone?
I don't know.
And your heart isn't red.
You should get some sleep.
Nats, wait. I know this is hard on all of us, but you can talk to me, right? You know that. You and I, we can always talk to each other.
It's like you said, Will. My heart just isn't red today.
I feel like we're all hiding things.
I love you. You know that, right?
Yeah, I love you too, Nat.
Hey, Will. Hey, Nat. How's Will doing?
Better. How are you, Charlotte? With Ryan and everything, this can't be easy on you.
Ryan's my brother. I grew up dealing with all my brother's problems. This is just kind of the regular with him.
Not as long as I've known him.
You've known him for what? A year?
That's besides the point. Look, Charlotte, I'm worried about you. I have Will and Cassian to talk to, but you're not close to either of them.
We're all alone in this world. Just some people refuse to believe that.
Ryan didn't think that.
Just because you're sleeping with my brother, it doesn't mean you know him.
No, Charlotte. We just know him in two different ways.
Look, I've been dealing with this my whole life, but he's also spent the entire time protecting me.
Then tell me about him. The Ryan you knew.
Well, I was born 17 years ago to a real estate agent and the owner of a drugstore. I guess we were fine economically, like not rich or anything, but we were fine.
I was born 2 years after Ryan. My mother had postpartum depression after I was born. I think it reflects the rest of my childhood pretty well.
She used to forget to feed her or keep an eye on her. Charlotte almost died multiple times, and when I was 7, Mom took up drinking.
Our dad was always clueless or working.
I guess he must have known. He had to have. Mom
died when I was 12.
14. I guess we all just moved on after that.
Did you love her?
Yes, but not enough. Ryan rebelled after she died, getting high all the time, disappearing for days at a time. I always had to lie to my dad about where he was. He ran away a week after he turned 15.
So he's every single one of us. We all had bad parents who gave us no other option but to run.
Yeah, Dad wasn't bad though. He tried his hardest.
Then why did you leave?
Can you just drop the topic? I need to rest.
Hey, Will. Will, wake up.
Ryan?
No, it's your other knight in shining armor.
Oh, hey, Cass.
Come on, I need to check on your arm.
I'm in love with him, you know?
Ryan?
It's stupid. I mean, it's just so stupid of me to love him, and yet I do. At least you know what I'm talking about. We're in the same boat here, Cass.
What do you mean by that?
Ev,
It's complicated.
have you talked to her?
What do you think?
Ryan just understood me from the moment I met him.
But then there's Nat.
Yeah, I don't know. She's the one thing keeping me from really talking to him. It's not me being shy or me worrying that he would reject me or something. No, I'm worried that she would never forgive him or me. Nat is my best friend. She can never know that I'm in love with her boyfriend. She's the one home I've always had who I know will accept me for who I am or who I want to be.
Will, we all accept you for who you are.
But you left because you wanted to.
But you didn't?
I don't live in your picture-perfect world.
Picture perfect. Right.
I still believe in God, you know, even after everything that happened.
What do you mean?
That's why I left. My dad told me he'd rather not have a son than a gay one. It's against God's wishes for 2 men to love each other, apparently.
How long's it been?
8 months, 21 days.
I'm sorry, Will. I really am.
And you?
You don't want to know.
No, really, I do.
I talked to the man who raised me a week and a half ago. He understands why I left. Said I could come back whenever I wanted to.
And why would you not? Isn't everything you have there?
Everything I need is here.
You just don't want to leave Ev.
Yeah, I don't want to leave Ev. I don't want to have to function without her. But I don't know if I could go on without any of the 5 of you.
So you are in love with her.
Surprise!
Ev does need you. I just don't know if she knows it.
She's just been different lately. You should get some rest. I'll see you later.
Ryan, you're not alone in all of this.
I know! I know.
This is a mess.
You're telling me?
We're short on the money.
I just got shot.
If I don't get this money, I'm done.
Priorities, right?
I can't believe we screwed this up. I thought everything was accounted for.
And if we were robbing a jewelry store, it wasn't possible for everything to be accounted for.
Do you know where Cassian is?
No, Ev, you need to relax.
I'm fine, Will.
Sure you are.
Remember the first time I met you?
You kicked me. How could I forget that?
And what did I tell you when Cassian and Ryan invited you to live with us back in the co-op?
Pretend you're over 18?
Will,
something along the lines of, don't get in my way.
So what am I telling you now?
I mean, I'm basically dead already, so I don't think you have to be worried about me getting in your way.
Perfect. Cassian comes looking for me and tell me you don't know where I am.
And where will you actually be?
None of your business.
If you're asking me to lie for you, I think it is.
And I think I have some rather interesting information Nat would just love to hear.
Don't bring Ryan into this.
But don't you think Ryan's girlfriend would just love to know how he's been cheating on her with her best friend?
I don't know where you are.
Thank you. See you later.
What was that about?
I don't know. Ev's just been different lately.
Can you blame her? Mike's been threatening us since we got kicked out of the co-op.
Are you also here to beat up on me? I don't think anyone here remembers that I was shot like a couple of hours ago.
In the arm.
Just because it's not life-threatening doesn't mean it shouldn't be taken any less seriously.
Do you want me to take you to the ER? Then you can happily live in foster care with people who tend to your wound as if it was life-threatening.
Whoa, what has gotten into you? You seem more annoyed than normal.
Sorry, that's just giving me a hard time, that's all.
Nat, giving someone a hard time?
Just about mine and Ryan's home life before we left. Just really worried about Ryan.
And now the topic that I don't want to talk about.
You can't just push away the fact that you and Ryan hooked up. Multiple times? God, Will, what were you guys doing?
Do you really want me to answer that?
No, you're right. I definitely do not want any details.
That's what I thought.
Are you going to tell Nat?
I mean, that is currently the last thing on my bucket list, like below being shot again.
And to Ryan?
It's free. I'll let you know when he's back safe with us.
What if he doesn't?
Charlotte, if I know one thing about your brother, it's that he'll fight to survive.
So tell me more about these friends you're living with.
Well, you already know about Charlotte.
Your sister.
Yeah.
So, did you two leave together?
No, actually, she left a little while after me, but managed to track me down. That's just what life was like for me back then.
Are you two close?
Not really. I guess we used to be closer, but I guess she keeps me going.
And your other friends?
Let me tell you a story, John. I don't know if you've ever been homeless, but living on the streets isn't all that it's cracked up to be. I guess some kids find it exciting. Hell, I did until I was hungry and cold and didn't have somewhere dry to sleep. This group of friends, we need each other. Cass, the oldest of us, got us into a co-op, and 4 of us fit nicely, and then Will and Charlotte came, which made things a bit tight, but we managed. Someone ratted on us having more than 4 people to a room, and they kicked us out. We've effectively been trolls living under a bridge ever since.
You live under a bridge?
Don't worry, we don't make people who cross it pay us a toll or like eat them.
I don't think you realize how unusual your situation is.
It's not that unusual. We just tend not to pick out the kids who beg for change.
Have you ever looked for help before? The Covenant House does a lot of work with homeless teens.
Have you considered that we don't want help?
Every charity and charity case roam the streets. It's funny how many people you think need help don't, and how many you think don't do.
Hey, Will, have you seen Ev?
Nope. Not since she lay me here to die.
You were shot in the arm.
Doesn't mean it's any less fatal.
Well, actually,
Don't egg him on, Cass.
Ev said we should be counting the money that we have left.
Ev says a lot of things.
Really, Charlotte? You're doing this now? We need at least another $2,000 by tomorrow night.
Why don't we just rob another jewelry store? Won't be expecting it.
They won't be expecting us to be so we know Ryan is safe.
Cassian, how badly do we need the money?
Ev told me Mike's demands were very clear. $5,000 by tomorrow night to leave his territory alive.
Where are we even gonna go?
We could go to Ottawa, get out of this mess of a city.
What about just moving west?
I used to live there. I'd rather not.
We should wait until Ev gets back before we decide anything.
Just one more day.
Anyone special?
Charlotte will tell you that someone could write a soap opera based on my life.
That bad?
I've just told too many lies.
About?
I fell in love.
That's not bad at all.
I screwed everything up. I was seeing someone else.
While you were with them?
No, we never dated.
You were just into them.
We hooked up a couple times.
And the person you're with?
Is absolutely wonderful, and I don't deserve her.
Tell me about her.
I don't know how this will help you at all.
I just want to know.
Well, I know she grew up in poverty. She's a veteran. She lived on and off the streets with her mom until her mom left to live with some guy. She is the kindest person. Somehow the city hasn't taken that out of her like it has the rest of us.
The city. It takes something out of you?
Yes. She's just the best at hiding it.
Cassian, I know how much Ed means to you, but I don't trust Mike.
Look, she's set on this deal.
Why do we have to pay? We could just make a run for it.
What are we doing?
What happened to you?
I had a family, you know, like a loving family who gave me whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted.
Why did you leave?
I left for you.
Sure you did, Cass.
No, I'm serious.
You can't just say something like that.
You don't get it. I was adopted when I was 2, taken from an at-risk mother and an absent father. I didn't know this until I found papers on my dad's desk when I was 14.
What does this have to do with me?
I had a sister whose last known address was 344 Yonge Street, right above the pizza place.
The apartment always smelled like tomato.
And then I found out your actual name was Natalie. Nat. You're my
Can you just give me some time alone, Cass?
You're my sister.
1 year, Cass. I've lived with you for an entire year and you didn't think to bring this up until now? I don't know why you think this is okay.
I meant to tell you right away, but I just didn't have the guts. And then a week passed, and then 2 weeks, and a month, and I couldn't tell you after a month. It just wouldn't have made sense.
It still doesn't.
But now, with Ryan being caught and everything, I just needed to tell you the truth. I'm tired of secrets.
My mom used to play me this song to get me to sleep. Well, she did the night she didn't come home drunk or high with some random guy I didn't know. She had this old dented iPod, like one of the ones before touchscreen existed. She'd lay down beside me and hand me an earbud, almost as if she was giving a piece of herself to me. I'd close my eyes and let the words wash over me. Sometimes I wish it was her singing to me. Well, at least I guess I thought she cared enough about me to want to tell me those words. Looking back what my 6-year-old self couldn't see, I know those words were never meant for me. They were a declaration, a plea. I guess it must have reminded her of my father. But why would she care? My mother taught me to be independent, but I don't ever think she realized independence comes with a cost. I'd pretend to be asleep before the song finished. It was easier to let my mom cry when she thought no one was watching. She's not your mom, Cass. Not in ways that count.
You know that feeling when something happens and it seems like the whole world should just stop. Then a car honks, a cigarette butt is thrown into the street, and you realize you're the only one who cares.
Tell me more about this Cass you mentioned earlier.
Cassian.
The oldest one.
Well, paying attention. And no one needs to worry about Cass.
And by that you mean...
He wouldn't hurt a fly. It's not in his nature.
How long have you known him for?
Maybe 2 years. I met him the first night he was out on his own.
You saved him.
That might be pushing it.
So, why would he agree to rob a jewelry store if he wouldn't hurt a fly?
Cass protects the people he loves.
By robbing a jewelry store?
He needed the money.
Why would 6 teenagers need $5,000?
I enjoy not dying.
Ryan.
As Cassian would tell you, the people you love are everything.
Every night, you can usually see a few stars. There are too many lights to see them all, but a few manage to peek through.
Okay, I think it'll work when you... Hey, Cass.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Where were you?
Out.
And the real answer?
Don't stress it. Everything's handled.
Stop pushing me away. Something is bothering you.
Nothing is bothering me.
I know you.
I saw Ryan.
Wait, what?
He's being kept in a holding cell, basically being interrogated.
Ev, this makes no sense. I don't
I
understand.
didn't talk to him or anything. I just went to a couple of the places I thought they might have taken him. I saw him through a window. He hasn't committed any crimes. He didn't take any of the money and he wasn't carrying a gun.
Ev, that's great. It means he can't be convicted.
Yeah. I guess it just depends on what he tells him.
Where are we gonna go?
We should probably get out of this Meso City. Too many bad memories for all of us. I need to think about what comes next.
You're not alone, Ev. You can rely on any of the 5 of us.
I prefer to do it alone.
Ev,
Cass,
stop pushing me away.
then go of your own free will.
Is that all I am to you? Just some distraction?
You're my best friend. Stop getting so triggered by me asking for some space.
Fine. When you decide to tell me what's really up, come find me. Just a friend. Right.
Hey, I have the money. Yeah, they were fine with it. Look, have you found him yet? Mike, come on! Alright, I can do that. Just. You didn't have to shoot Will. He's being a dick about it. Okay, I'll see you. Oh.
If you look closely, you can usually see the lake through all this dirt and grime. A massive body of water that constantly laps up against the walls that keep it out of the city. It's as black as the night sky right now, but with no stars. Not even a smear or a dab of light, just moving darkness.
Tell me about this other girl, your friend.
Ev.
What's her story?
I don't want to talk about Ev.
Did she ever talk about her past?
Most of us didn't. I don't know, can I get out of here?
Your story's not done yet.
Don't you have enough information already?
You're not in a situation to be declaring that.
Look, I need to get back.
Your time's not up.
Why are you forcing me to be here?
You broke the law, Ryan. I'm here to help you.
Help me? Help me? You don't want to help me. I had a friend who I hung with after I first ran away. He got caught by the cops for stealing bikes a month after I first met him. They kept on promising him how they would help him. Sent him to some foster home uptown. He had to go to anger management classes twice a week and had check-ins from the cops every once in a while, like just when they felt like it. He lived with these people. Apparently the guy was all right, gave him space and money when he needed it, but didn't care too much about him. The woman, however, decided the only way to keep criminals in check was to beat them. A slap to the face whenever he swore, a punch if he ever mouthed off. She would shove him to the ground if he didn't do exactly what she told him to. He committed suicide a week before he turned 18. There's only so much you can put up with, I guess. This is what you do to people. He was a good guy, a happy kid who got caught up in a mess, and he died. I'm glad the law exists to pick off the good kids.
Ev, who was that?
No one. Don't worry about it.
That was Mike, wasn't it?
What are you talking about?
Don't lie to me, I'm not a little kid.
What are you insinuating?
I'm not.
Can you go check if Will's okay?
What are you hiding from us?
Why would I be hiding anything?
Why did we just rob that store?
Why did you leave home?
Is this what your deal is? Are you just blackmailing all of us into doing your bidding? You're a psychopath.
Charlotte, please. You're overreacting.
Does Cassie know the truth?
Don't you dare.
Why? Oh, would you like having him follow you around like a puppy? I used to respect Cass. Did you know that? It wasn't until I realized he was being used by you that I finally understood what his deal was.
Cass is my best friend. I'm not using him.
Ev, he's in love with you. You can't be that blind not to see it.
What?
Yeah. How many times have you friend zoned him now?
What are you talking about?
Guess you're not the only one here hiding things.
Are you guys okay? I heard shouting.
Not you two.
Sorry?
Will, just the person I was wanting to see.
What are you doing, Charlotte?
What are you doing, Ev?
Hey, Will, has Charlotte ever told you why she left home?
Would you say you wanted to manipulate
Charlotte!
Don't worry, Will. You're safe from her around me. I already know about Ryan.
Ryan,
Yeah, Charlotte. What do you already know about Ryan?
What are you doing, Ev?
you slept with him, Will. Didn't you?
Nah.
You've both been acting weird around me. Don't you think I wouldn't find out?
I'm sorry.
You couldn't have at least told.
Well, it's not fun if people know about it.
What are you talking about?
Yes, Ev? What were you talking about on that phone?
Charlotte!
Seems our dear friend Ev has been lying to us.
Can't prove that.
I heard you on the phone. What are you doing, sleeping with Mike? Because that seems a lot more believable than owing him money.
I never lied about owing him money.
What, did you harm as a hooker? Why do you owe him $5,000?
Ev, he shot me.
We had a deal.
And you didn't tell me about it.
It was none of your business.
We robbed a jewelry store for you, Ev. What were you gonna do once you got the money? Just ditch us?
Of course she wasn't. Right, Ev? Paying for protection isn't cheap after all. Why waste it by leaving?
How?
I'm not the only one who knows about people's secrets, F. I know why you went to see Ryan. Can't have him spilling any information about you.
I went to see Ryan to make sure he was okay. I didn't even talk
And
to him.
you went alone, so we wouldn't know what was happening. You didn't trust any of us with the truth.
How much do you know?
Maybe we
How
can-
much do you know, Nat?
Enough. Enough to know that you tried to kill your boyfriend 3 years ago, and none of your family or friends have seen you since.
You have no idea.
Please, enlighten us then.
Do you know what it's like for absolutely no one to believe you? I had a perfect life. I had great grades, loving parents, a best friend I could rely on for anything, and the perfect boyfriend. Like the one that your parents want for you to date. And all your friends love you together. Attractive, kind. Guess those are the ones that hurt you the most. He had a habit of hitting me. Did I disagree with him? A slap across the face. Did I do something he told me not to do? How about a punch? A shove, a kick, a push. Might as well suffocate your girlfriend, right? So when I finally found the courage to tell my best friend about it, she didn't believe me. Do you have any idea what that's like? My parents loved him. They wouldn't have believed me for a second. So I took a knife from the kitchen for my own protection, and I went to face him. That I could stand up to him. Change him. He attacked me. Tried to kill me. I ran. And I haven't gone back since.
Ev, we had no idea about
He raped me, Cass. This is why I can't do relationships.
Then why do you need protection
He
now?
found me.
How?
I don't know. I haven't seen him since I ran away with Ryan.
You were hurt. You were the one who made him leave.
Am I missing something here?
Ryan ran when I was 13. He kept on disappearing for the days and the months leading up to when he actually left.
That's when he was staying on and off with us.
I know that now. He always told me he was going to help a friend of his. A girl.
He was.
But you two are always fighting.
He saved me. Can't even remember the first time we met. Sort of just always been there. We had a lot of mutual friends who I'd seen at parties and stuff. Before all this. He believed me when I told him about my ex. I was in a really dark place. I thought that it was only a matter of time before I wound up dead. I know it sounds stupid, but he got me out of there.
But Mike?
He'll do anything for money, just like the rest of this world. He's easy.
You paid $5,000 to keep your ex away from you? Why didn't you just tell us? We could have kept him away.
You don't know him like I do.
But we know you.
Why did you lie to us, Ev?
I get it. I screwed up. I'll help get Ryan back and that'll be out of your lives forever.
You think that's what we want? What I want? For you to leave so we could be done with this? That's not how...
Charlotte told me.
She told you what?
She told me you're in love with me. I'm sorry. I'm a terrible person.
Don't say that. You are who you are. You don't have to apologize.
That's why I have to leave.
I don't regret a single moment I've spent with you.
I'm the one that Mike wants. I'm not your problem anymore. You don't have to worry about me. I should go.
Ev, don't go.
I have to go,
Please
Cass.
stay.
I have to go.
I really don't need to see you right now.
No more secrets, okay? You know I love you, Cass. God, you're one of my best friends, but you shouldn't have kept this from me.
I'm sorry.
It's just, you didn't grow up with me. You didn't go through what I went through. You never knew our mom.
I know.
What do you want from me?
Maybe can we just talk?
Do you still want to make a second phone call?
Do you want my kidneys now? Yeah, I do.
Think about what you're going to do with your life now.
Hi, Dad. This is Ryan.
Hey.
I know it's been a few years.
2.5.
I miss you.
Why did you leave?
I had to help a friend. I thought you'd be better off without me.
You're my son.
I know what Charlotte did.
You've talked to her?
Yes, I've been with her and a few other friends.
But you knew.
I just found out.
Hello?
Charlotte, oh God. Charlotte, thank goodness.
Ryan? Are you okay? How are you calling me?
Are you with the others?
I just left. Evan casting word. Well, you know how they treat me.
You don't want another older sibling.
I love you, Ryan, but one's enough.
Well, you're my phone call.
What are you gonna do?
Hope Ev comes up with a way to spring me. I don't know.
Can I tell you something you aren't going to like?
My position can't really get any worse, so go for it.
I think you should go home. To Dad.
After what he
He's
did?
not a bad person. You can go places in your life, Ryan. You're dragging yourself down by staying with us. In this collective of screw-ups.
And you?
Between the two of us, I'm the screwed up one. I can't face Dad.
Why did you run, Charlotte? Charlotte, what did you do?
If I tell you, will you call Dad and at least try moving in with him?
What about you?
I stabbed her, Ryan. Our stepmom. I was so fed up with everything, and she seemed to be the cause of it, and then I ran. Dad will never forgive me, and I'm never gonna forgive myself.
Just tell Will that I love him, and tell Nat I'm sorry.
Ryan?
I don't know if I'm ever going to see you again, but thank you for telling me the truth.
I love you.
Can I come home, Dad?
Have you ever sat somewhere and watched the world go by?
Just sat through a night in this beautiful city.
Something about it fascinates me.
Something that makes me want to stay.
The secrets it whispers to you.
The pleas for help in the empty night.
The way it lights up the sky.
There's nothing like watching the city lights change.
Sitting under the stars and letting the air wash over you.